Welcome back to MilduraWeekly.com.au. This is the Mayoral Minute, our regular catch-up with our local mayors. Today I'm joined by Mildura City Council Mayor, Councillor Simon Clemence. Simon, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Vinnie.
Now, we're obviously getting set towards a massive Easter weekend in Mildura. Mildura is a really big hotspot for this type of holiday. What is it about Mildura that makes us an exciting place to come and visit?
Well, three things really. Firstly, the weather. If you have a look at the weather forecast for the coming Easter weekend, we're in the low 30s, high 20s. If you look at Melbourne, they're down into the low 20s, so it's a pretty big draw card. The second thing obviously is the distance. We're just the right distance to get here for that last touch of summer. If you leave Melbourne early, you'll get 2 full days and 2 half days, so it's a perfect sort of long weekend getaway. And clearly the last thing would be the location, because there's that much going on this weekend. It's just the busiest weekend on our calendar. Mm. And of course you've got the river, and people often talk about the motorsports and ski races and so on, but all up and down the river there's just campers everywhere. The place is just absolutely chock full of campers.
Yeah, I mean, heaps of visitors into our region, heaps is going on, as you said. The Easter Power Sports Weekend is a huge draw. Any particular one of those events that you yourself enjoy or look forward to each year?
Yeah, absolutely. The ski race is the key. Yep. Really. The other events are fantastic, you know, drag races, Timmer Speedway, the motorbike races, but for me it's always been the ski race, and on a couple of occasions I've been lucky enough to be sitting on the back of a houseboat watching the ski races, and it's just fantastic. It's a really great time.
And as you said, makes great use of our river, and obviously the riverfront redevelopment, the first stage of that's been complete, and I believe probably the second year now that they'll be using that new rowing club facility in the lawns there to watch the skiers go past.
Yeah, absolutely, and they're very lucky to have that facility. It's an amazing facility. We being the council, tried to get the upstairs for the restaurant, but they managed to snaffle it. So at the end of the day, we're pretty happy with what we've got in the end, so it's okay.
Obviously this year our Easter weekend leads into our Anzac Day public holiday. Are we expecting a large influx of the visiting crowd to hang around and maybe turn into a 6-7 day sort of layoff?
Yeah, we usually get a few. You usually start to see the campers disappearing off the river on the Monday, but you usually get a few that stay, and I think that we'll probably get a lot stay if the weather holds. I think perhaps either Sunday or Monday that they were looking at a bit of rain, so it would depend on the weather, but I think we'll still get quite a few sticking it out.
Huge in terms of tourism dollars for us as well. I mean, it must be great as a mayor councillor to know that this weekend's going to put a lot of money into local coffers.
Oh, absolutely. I think BCF would be rubbing their hands together, absolutely. But everyone from service stations to restaurants to cafes, even just to the general clothing shops and boutiques and so on, everyone has a great trading weekend. And plus we've got all the Sunday markets. You've got the farmers market, you've got the Redcliffs market. We really turn it on for everyone, and it's just an amazing weekend. Everyone should be so proud of this town and what it turns on an Easter weekend. It's just amazing.
Any final messages you'd like to leave visitors and locals to the region alike?
Well, I suppose the two big ticket items one big ticket item that usually comes up this time of year is drink driving. There'll be a lot of police out this weekend, so clearly be mindful of that. But also to all the campers out there, there's a lot of dry ground out there. It's still as dry as a chip despite the time of year, so just be very careful with your campfires because they can get away. We had a big fire down on one of the bends just yesterday, so just be very mindful of that if you could.
Beautiful. Simon, thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you very much.
Be sure to tune back into MilduraWeekly.com.au for more videos.